Hey, what's up? Hello, it's Katie Colson here. Welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to do something a little different, something I've never done on my channel before. And that is that I'm going to split up my monthly wrap up into two different videos because as you would have already... Sir, we get it. Like, we truly get it. You might as well just pull it out at this point and just show us. Okay? I'm trying to make a video. Anyway, hi, hello, it's Katie, and we're going to separate, we're getting right back into it, okay? Pretend like that guy never happened. We're gonna split the video into manga and fiction, so books and manga, because if you didn't already know and you haven't seen my last vlog, I am well and truly in my manga era right now, and I have hauled so many and have read so many manga that they have to be two separate videos. And also, if you're not really interested in manga, then you don't need to watch this video and you can watch the book video. And if you're interested in manga and you're not really interested in the literary side of my channel, then you don't have to watch that one. You know what I'm saying? It's a best of both worlds. So, okay, we are going to jump into the, dear God, there are so many. I cannot hold them up. I'm gonna have to stack them behind me for the thumbnail because there's like a bajillion. Apologies, I should have said manga and graphic novels because there's like a couple graphic novels and comics, but the first thing I picked up was Paper Girls, The Complete Story by Brian K. Vaughan and Cliff Chang. And this I got halfway into, so I read 3 of the 6 volumes, and I love this artwork. This artwork is stunning. Like, look at that. It is so beautiful. Yeah. Damn, like these bright colors, like it's like muted bright colors are absolutely stunning. It just has all the 80s vibes. I know a lot of people say that this like copied Stranger Things, but actually this came out before Stranger Things. So, you know what I'm saying? But I did not end up finishing this. I only got halfway through because I really didn't enjoy it that much. Like, it didn't make sense. This is a sci-fi, kind of a sci-fi thriller. And it is kind of similar to, well, it is very similar to Stranger Things, except all of the characters are girls. So in this, you're following Paper Girls. So it's basically like the first girl, like instead of paper boys or like newspaper boys, it was the first girls that got to do these routes and deliver the newspaper. And they have to take care of each other because like they're going out at the like ass crack of dawn, you know, all alone, and they're like 13. So, you know, it's not the best time to be alone as a woman, you know what I'm saying? So you're following these girls, but this is what's crazy. So on Halloween night, a lot of crazy shit starts going on. It's like aliens are kind of like coming into their town, and there's like a time traveling like spaceship, and then there's like aliens and like all these different people from like different times are coming down, and then they accidentally kind of teleport into a different time or into the future and meet the future her, and are like, what's going on? Now listen, it's like every single time I forget to turn my AC off. Sorry about that. Honestly, it feels like a staple. Like, this feels like in Aaron's videos when you hear the sirens. Mine is my AC. Anyway, the sci-fi in it didn't make any goddamn sense. It didn't make any sense. There's a lot of times where characters were speaking a different language. I didn't understand why. I didn't understand anything that was happening. And also, here's the thing, and nobody talks about this, and I don't understand why. This character, Mac, is supposed to be likable, but when I tell you, I mean, I can't read it out loud, but like, let me just find it. She says some of the most homophobic, like just disgusting things. Like, she says, cool costume, F word. And then, you heard me, blank patient. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, it's not cute. And she talks like that a lot. And basically the characters stand up for it and say like, oh, well, that's just Mac. I'm like, no, that's fucked up. Like, what are you talking about? This was not written that long ago. For them to be using the F word like that, like, Brian K. Vaughan, I'm gonna need you to sit down for a second. And then I went on a kind of splurge at Half Price Books, which led me to Barnes & Noble, which led me to Right Stuff Anime, which went on and on and on and on. But one of the first things I picked up at Half Price Books is Everyone's an Alien When You're an Alien Too by Jomni Sun. Now, I don't know what to call this. Is this a comic? Is it a graphic novel? Like, I don't know. If you look at it, it's just very rudimentary drawings, and there's like barely any words on each page. And basically, we're following an alien who is sent by other aliens down to Earth and said, we want you to go and research the humans, figure them out, and then we'll come back for you and you'll tell us everything you've learned. So he goes down to Earth and he doesn't come across any humans, but he does come across like porcupines and like rabbits and caterpillars and trees and all of these different living organisms, and is trying to figure out like, what is the meaning of life? How do they live? All this different stuff. And they're trying to teach him like What does goodbye mean? What does friendship mean? What does love mean? Like all this different stuff. And it's so beautiful. Like I have a really hard time reading this because it's so simplistic that I'm like, how do you give that 5 stars? But like, it is so good. It really is. Like, let me just read you a couple quotes. Okay, this one I put a blue tab on. How many friends in my life have I already had my last conversation with? It's so sad. Oh my God, but it's also so beautiful. Like, let's see. He meets a dog and the dog doesn't know how to talk and doesn't know how to communicate with him, but he keeps showing love, like showing the heart. And the alien keeps being like, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. And he says, if you're always happy, are you ever truly happy? Or is happiness only something we see in you because we know sadness? Like, I'm gonna have to at least give it 4 stars because it is truly touching. Oh, hail. I forgot I was gonna stack them up behind me. This one's so heavy though, I can't put it facing up. Or this way. That's good, right? And then I picked up Persepolis by Marjan Satrapy, and this is part 1 of 2 of the Persepolis story. I do own both, but I did DNF the second one. I'm not gonna be continuing with it. The story behind this is stunning. It's a memoir. This is a true story of Marjan's life, and it's talking about the Iran and Iraq war. It's talking about her parents that are like huge Marxists, and how her grandfather or like great-grandfather was like one of the last emperors, and like the fall of the Shah Empire and all of this stuff, and like her living through a war and having to live through like trying to understand that as a child. And the story is beautiful, but I just didn't really care for like this format. One, it is told in very blocky, like inky comic kind of strips, which is great, but it just wasn't for me. And it's in a series of like short stories, which isn't really my thing. So like, take my opinion with a grain of salt. This personally isn't for me, but the story is stunning. And like, I'm not going to rate this because I would feel bad, because Marjan's life is phenomenal and it deserved to get its own book. And she is a stunning artist. So I love that, but I'm not going to continue with this. And now we're into manga. First of which being volume 1 of Fruits Basket, the collector's edition, Netsuke Takaya. Now this is one, I think I checked the bookmark out, but I was about like, I think this far into it, maybe a little less, maybe more like, that's my last tab. So I'm gonna say like that far. So I still had a lot to go, and it was kind of like pulling teeth getting through this book. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really like it. And I feel like so many people love it though. So many people love this. So like, let me know if I'm not enjoying it up to this point. Am I gonna like it? Like, I really want people in this book to be gay, but I've heard that none of them are. And I'm like, okay, then never mind then. If there's this many boys, one of them should be gay. Never mind. But this is basically following like the Chinese zodiac, and there is like kind of like a, what do they call it? It's not a zodiac league. It's like a circle of the zodiac where all of these boys and girls, we've only met the boys so far, that whenever they are hugged by the opposite sex or when they're incredibly stressed out, they will turn into that animal, whichever one they represent, like a rat, a cat, you know, the whole kit and caboodle. And our main character, they accidentally kind of stumbles across this and learns their secret and swears that she's not going to tell anybody. And she starts living in the house with these boys. I'm assuming they're all going to fall in love with her or something. I don't know. Y'all let me know. This was not my thing. I didn't really like it, but I'll keep it and hold on to it to like maybe watch the anime and see if I like that better. Attack on Titan, Season 1, Part 1. This is volumes 1 through 4, and this is by Hajime Isayama, and I love this box set. Look at this. This is stunning. Now, I will say, while I really enjoyed the story, I tabbed like every one of them. I really enjoyed it. It had very accessible like writing and world building and character building, character development. I really enjoyed that. The fight scenes leave more than to be desired. Like, and it's so funny because there's 2 different people that I work with that have tried to read the manga and watched the anime, and both of them, unprompted, said that they couldn't read the manga because the fight scenes didn't make any sense, but in the TV show, they're really good. And I was like, oh. Okay, because that was the problem I was having. In the manga, it's just like swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. And I'm like, I don't know what character that was. I don't know who hit who, who's winning. I don't understand what's happening. And there's like a shit ton of these. There's a shit ton of volumes. So I do not know if I'm going to continue with the manga. I don't know. I'm not planning on continuing with the manga at this point. but I could see myself doing it in the future. But as of right now, these are like a 3.5. Now let's talk about a stunner. Let's talk about a 5-star. Monster. Monster by Naoki Urasawa. One, these books are stunning. They are absolute bricks. Also, look at the tabs, bitch. We be tabbing, okay? I'm obsessed. I love these. I read volumes 1, 2, and well, these are all sorts of the wrong way. What am I doing? Good Lord. Volume 1, 2, and 3. Okay, hi. I read all of those and then I ended up buying the rest of them and I'm planning on reading them in August. I'm very excited. I need to know what's going to happen. So this is following Tenma, and he is a very well-renowned brain surgeon, and he has a very heavy code of conduct, and he has a very strong sense of like his moral compass. But of course, in the political and like big capitalism and consumerism and all of this stuff, morality isn't really something they want there. So basically, he wants to become like a head surgeon, but the guy that is the chief of the hospital wants him to be his lackey. So basically, this young boy comes in and he has a gunshot wound to the head. And Tenma is going to operate on him. But right when he's already scrubbed up everything, going in to operate on him, the chief says, no, the mayor just came in. You need to operate on him instead. And Tenma's like, no, we operate based on when people came in. This boy's going to die if I don't do this surgery. So he disobeys the chief and goes and does the surgery. The mayor dies. Chief, very upset. Very upset. Here's the thing though. You'd think, oh my God, no, Tenma, like that sucks. Like, you're upset. You're going to get passed over for a promotion. No, it gets worse. No, it's worse. It's worse. The little boy that he saved, he's not a peach. He's not a peach. I'm gonna tell you that. And years later, all of a sudden, all of these childless elderly couples are being murdered. And it's like, is it random? No, it's not. And this is a mystery thriller manga, and it is so thrilling, and the mystery is so good. And like, if any of you are watching this from my booktube channel and you do not read manga, this is the one to start with. It is so intricate. It's so good. It's not something where you can flip through it really quickly. It is so stunning. And I gave all 3 of these 5 stars. And then when I went to Barnes & Noble, I ended up picking up a couple of first editions to see if I liked certain series, and then I would go ahead and buy the rest of it or buy the next couple of volumes. The first of which being Jujutsu Kaisen by Gigi Ekutami. And this is only volume 1, and I really enjoyed it. I did end up tabbing in this, and I ended up buying the next 4 volumes. I love this cover. The only reason I didn't buy more was because I'm worried because it is still coming out, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to have to wait. I don't want to have to wait. But I've also heard this is a really good anime. But this, I'm just going to read this little back part because it's too hard to explain. In a world where cursed spirits feed on unsuspecting humans, fragments of the legendary and feared demon Ryomen Sukuna have been lost and scattered about. And when they say fragments, they literally mean his body parts. Should any demon consume Sukuna's body parts, yeah, you heard that right, like literally eating his fingers and shit, the power they gain could destroy the world as we know it. Fortunately, there exists a mysterious school of jujitsu sorcerers who exist to protect the precarious existence of the living from the supernatural. Cue our man right here, okay? So he eats one of Ryomen's fingers and is the only being at this point that has been strong enough to contain this godly power. And basically, like, it's like a demon that's living inside of him, and he has to tell it to shut up and like stay inside. It's like a Jekyll and Hyde situation. And it's so entertaining. I really thought this was a lot of fun, and I could see how it's going to build up where the characters like were a little bit more one note in this one. I think that they are going to flesh out like really well in the future. So I think I'm going to give this like a 3.75 because, or maybe it's like a 4. I don't know. I really enjoyed it, but it wasn't great, but I see it being great in the future. The next volume that I picked up, the first in a series, is Blue Flag. Now, I ended up reading this, giving it 4 stars, and buying the entire series because I was like, yeah, listen, it's a complete series. Let's go off then. Let's go off. It's good. This is very reminiscent of Heartstopper. If you like the TV show, if you like, what do you call those? Graphic novels? Comics? If you like those, you'll really like this. So basically, if you took like Nick and Charlie, but then you added 2 more characters into it, that's what this is like. So basically, we are following, it is an unsuspected quadrangle of love where you're following these two classmates, a boy and a girl, her and him, and they have a crush on each other and they start to fall in love, not realizing that their same-sex best friends are already in love with them. So it's like she's in love with her, but she's in love with him, but he's in love with him. And it's just all around and around and around. And it's so cute. And the last page of this made me go and pick up the entire series because I need to know what's going to happen next. I'm going to hold all of these up and then just hold one because it's huge. Here we go. The Complete Flowers of Evil series by Shuzo Oshimi. Okay, let's go ahead and put these up here because I just do not have big enough hands to hold it all up at once. Okay, hello friends. This is the first one, okay? These are freaking huge. But Shuzo Oshimi is known for having very few words in his manga. Like, it's mainly artwork. If you've ever seen the Netflix show, The End of the Fucking World, you know the relationship between those characters? It kind of has a similar vibe to this, except make it like way weirder and more disgusting. So basically we're following this boy who there's a girl at his school who's crazy. This is a psychological thriller, just so you know. She's crazy. You know, one of those like, I'm not like other girls. And like, you're so stupid and lame and you do what everybody else does, you know? And then he's like, no, I don't. Oh my God. And it's like, she's a bully and she bullies him, but it's one of those like, you want the acceptance and the approval of your bully. So he's like, kind of falls into this trap of like trying to please her. And she's freaking crazy. Oh my God, she's crazy. The shit this girl does. Oh my God. It's like she basically turns him into a monster. Like she takes him as a young adolescent boy and she's like forming his brain into being freaking crazy. Now I'll say that. I didn't super love this. I didn't super love it. I liked it. I'm going to give them all like 3 stars. I liked it. I just don't think I liked it enough to take up this much of my shelf. Another one I simply am not capable of holding up all the volumes at the same time. Blood on the Tracks, volume 1 through 9 by our manga horror boy, Shuzo Oshimi. Shout out to my plant who's really taken one for the team, having its leaves crushed by this absolutely horror of a manga. I had read the first 3 volumes of this like 2 years ago and thought it was slow. There wasn't really that many words. I was just like, okay, when are we going to get to the point? And I ended up unhauling them and I gave them all 2 stars. Then Jordaline, God bless, Jordaline was like, absolutely not on Beyonce's internet. How dare you slam and slander our daddy, Shuzo Oshimi, okay? And I said, fine, bitch. So I went to Barnes & Noble, bought the first 2 novels, first 2 volumes, again, retail price, I dare say, read them, and then bought all of these. Bought all of them, okay? And let me tell you, are they slow? Yeah, they are. Is it mainly pictures? Yeah, absolutely. Is it horrifying? Dear Lord, without a doubt. Dear Lord, without a doubt. Dear Lord, without a doubt. This is a psychological horror. It really is. This is a story about a mom and her son and how she is so attached to him. Like, it's very Norma and Norman Bates from Bates Motel, except if you made it a Japanese horror. That's what this would be like. It's very much that. And he's very connected to her. And it's like him growing up and other people kind of pointing out like, why does your mom act like that? And the things this woman does to other people, to her son, the way she manipulates everything is just absolutely insane. And this is well and truly the most beautiful artwork I have ever seen. Like, it's absolutely stunning. And that's what I mean when I say, like, a lot of it is just art. But are you kidding me? Like, it's so stunning. Dear God. And some of it is so scary. Like, just their faces. Like, the look that they give each other. I mean, honestly, look at this cover. Is that not fucking ominous? But 8 and 9, boy howdy. Boy howdy. 8 and 9, 5 motherfucking stars. And y'all, I was well and truly warned for this. I was, but I didn't listen. I simply did not listen. I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. The Complete Manga Collection by Yoro Sumino. When I tell you my expectation going into this, I was literally like halfway through and like, yeah, let me tell you, I broke it. I was halfway through and I was like, okay, yeah, this is cute. And then boom, it came in and then uppercut and then gut punch. You're on the ground and I'm kicking you while you're down. This hurted mucho. This hurted me. This If you didn't know, I have type 1 diabetes, so I saw the word pancreas and just bought it, to be honest. This made me cry so many times. This made me cry. These characters are stunning, beautiful, pure joy. They're so sweet. It's a grumpy sunshine story. So we're following both of our main characters, but the girl has pancreatic cancer, but she doesn't want anyone in her life to know because she wants to live her life just like without people pitying her and without grief. She just wants, because she's a very bubbly, happy person, like very bubbly, big people person. And she doesn't want them to look at her differently, to be sad. She wants everybody to be happy around her. So she doesn't tell anybody except for her mom and dad. But this boy, who was going to the hospital to get his appendix taken out, sees a notebook, like a diary, left behind, and he picks it up thinking it's a book because he loves to read, and he goes to start reading it, and he realizes that it is his classmate's diary, and he reads that she is dying, and she only has like a year left to live of pancreatic cancer. And she walks up, sees him reading it, and realizes he knows her secret, but she also knows that he is someone who doesn't talk to anybody. He is solo. He just sits and reads. He doesn't really have any friends at all. And she sees an opportunity to have a companion for the end of her life because she knows he won't tell anybody, but then she has a bucket list of things that she wants to do before she dies, and she can't do them with anybody else because they'll ask questions. So she basically conscripts him into like being her end of life buddy, and he's like, well, I guess you're dying, so I guess I'll do it. And they change each other so much. And the ending of this is so beautiful. And the line, okay, two things. One, the line, I want to eat your pancreas. So sad. And then, okay, well, I should probably, no, I won't tell you. You'll find out why in this book. And the other thing, the cherry blossoms waiting for springtime to bloom. If you know, you know. Oh my God, this book, 5 fucking stars. I know that is already quite a lot of manga that I have read in the month of July, but we actually have a couple more days before I'm going to post this. I think we have 2 or 3 more days before I post this, and I conceivably could finish a couple more. So if I do, I'm going to insert that clip right now. Hello, this is definitely a new angle. Who is she? Who is this? I'm going to tell you, it's a girl that's bitter. I'm coming at you with the bitter angle, okay? We'll get to that. But I finished quite a few manga from the last time I talked to you, okay? And it's mainly because there was a series that I'll get to in a second that I wanted to finish. I wanted to finish it in July. I was hyped. I was ready. And I was gutted. But anyway, let's talk about the things I read before that. Okay, the thing that I read first was Itsubora. I was like halfway through this when I was filming the last clip, and I was like, I know I'll finish it, but I don't want to talk about it yet. So Itsubora. I love this cover. Look at that. Stunning. Oh my God. No, but like, no. This is by Asumika Nakamura. This is, okay, what is this about? It's all in one. Love to see it. So originally it was 2 volumes, but it is collected in this like perfect edition that's all in one. This is about an author who's, okay, listen, it's all about like plagiarism, and this author who basically like meets this really stunning woman who is a really good author, and she doesn't think that like she would be published because like she's a woman and young and whatever. And then she basically gives this guy her work, and he publishes it like it's his work. Okay. But then at the beginning of the story, she has killed herself, and he is her twin sister and him are the only people that are in her phone. So the police are like, that's suspicious. That's weird. And he's like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't even know her. Like, who is she? What? And then the twin sister shows up, looks just like her, but like has short hair, where the other one had this hair. Okay, cool, got it. It is very convoluted. There's things that are happening in this book that the art style isn't it. It's not it. Like, it's okay, but like also there's a lot of gratuitous nudity, like gratuitous sex scenes that were trying to do something that in my opinion, no. Like in my opinion, no. I just felt like this main character, this author, okay, honestly, the author was, in my opinion, should not have been the main character. It should have been this bitch. This is what the story's about. She's vaguely interesting, but it's very convoluted. The main character, the plagiaristic author, is so boring to me. Like, okay, you're a man who has okay ideas and a woman has better ideas than you, and you steal her work. Disgusting. Anyway, I did not like this. I give it 2 stars. I didn't like it. And when I look it up, there's so many guys on the internet that are giving this 5 stars and saying it's an absolute work of art. Maybe it is, but I didn't think so. I did not like it. Anyway, that's the first thing I read. And then I was sent so lovingly. There's 2 things that I was sent. One of them is Our Dining Table by Mita Ori. And this is so sweet. I really enjoyed this. I gave this 4 stars. This is an all-in-one as well. This is single volume. And this is about these 2 guys, one of which, this guy right here, has a very younger brother. And their mom has passed away recently. And he basically has kind of become a father figure to him, as well as just being like a big brother. It's kind of like riding the line between those 2 things. And he's really struggling with like being mature and trying to figure out like what he wants to do with his life, while also like not like being burdened, but like not being burdened by his younger brother, but like loving his younger brother so much. And then he meets this guy who is single and is kind of looked down upon as being like very awkward and cold and more statistical, I guess. And he doesn't like to eat around people because he just has a lot of trauma with like the way he's seen when he's out in public or when he's eating in public. But then he's a really good cook, but because he's single and he lives alone, he doesn't really cook. But then this sweet ass little boy is so cute. I'm obsessed. This little boy is so freaking cute. He just kind of almost accidentally ends up trying some of the food that he's made and loving it, and is like, oh my God, my brother always tries to make that and he can't make it. It's always so bad. Like, your food is so good. And then kind of talks them into like becoming friends and trying to get him to learn from him how to cook. And then he's not used to eating around people. So it's him kind of overcoming that kind of baggage that he has, and then they are gay and they get together, and it's so cute. Listen, this is so cute. I gave it 4 stars. Highly recommend. It's freaking precious. Okay, so glad we had a win. Then we had Kamasami Kiss by Julieta Suzuki. The story and art by her. So this is volume 1, and I'm gonna tell you, I give this 4 stars. I really liked it. This is what I wanted Fruits Basket to be. Like, this is what I wanted from Fruits Basket. Honestly, they look, tell me they don't look like a more chibi version of Inuyasha and Kagome. Because they fucking do. They do. Okay, anyway, this is like, okay, well, for starters, I'll say I gave it 4 stars, and I wanted to continue with the series, but there's no box set, and this is complete at like 27 volumes or something, and I was like, I don't know if I love this enough to commit to like buying 27 volumes. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll check it out and see if it's on Libby, but I really enjoyed this. This is basically where, oh my God, I'm going to get this confused with Fruits Basket. I swear to God. Okay, so basically this is where this girl is homeless and she is really struggling, and she kind of ends up spilling her guts to this guy on a bench on the sidewalk, and he's like, oh, really? You're going through a hard time? Okay, well, actually, I need somebody to watch over my house. So how about you just like take these keys, go there, and watch over my house. Like, you can live there for free. And she's like, the fuck? She goes there and it's like a shrine. And what she doesn't realize is that he's basically signed her up to like be the overseer of this shrine where this guy is living. And he is the one who's supposed to be watching over the shrine, but he isn't a kami-sama. I don't remember what they're called. But this girl is supposed to be the watcher over the ruler of the shrine. And this guy is basically like, not a demon, but like a kami. He is a being who is supposed to protect her and protect this shrine, depending on what orders she gives. She does not realize that's what she's getting into. And he is like that, like grumpy, like, no new friends, get out of here. I don't even want you, you disgusting. And she's like, what did I like even do? Like, I'm just like homeless and like trying to like make a living for myself. I really liked it. I thought it was really cute. I've heard a lot of people say they really love this. This has a very, very popular anime. And I don't know. I might continue with it. I don't know. There's 25 to 27 volumes, and like, that's a lot. But it is complete. I don't know. I really enjoyed it. Okay, now let's get to feelings. I read all 8 volumes of Blue Flag by Kaito. I am so fucking bitter. I am so bitter. Let me just tell you. Okay. So, I read the first volume, 4 stars. Let me tell you what this is about real quick. This Blue Flag, it is complete at 8 volumes. At no point in any of the covers did they show all 4 of the characters. They only show 3. There's a 4th character. How dare she be shunned? Masumi deserves fucking everything. Okay, so imagine this. There is, well, you can't tell the height difference. Hold on. Let me find a volume where you can tell the height difference because it means everything. Okay, here we go. So we have Toma. He's the tall boy. And then we have Masumi, tall girl. And then we have Taichi and we have Fatuba. They're the short, cute ones. The 2 tall ones, they're athletic. Okay, bet. So here we go. Fatuba goes to Taichi and says, I have a crush on Toma. I have a crush on him, but like he's so outgoing. He's like the star athlete. I'm just not confident enough. I need you to tell me what kind of girl is he into. I need you to help me build my confidence so I can ask him out. And Taichi's like, okay, sure, whatever. So he helps her. Now, Masuma and Fatuba are childhood best friends. They love each other. And then Toma and Taichi are childhood best friends. Cool, got it. Here's the thing though. She has a crush on him. He is in love with Taichi. Masumi is in love with Fatuba, but they don't say shit because in Japan, it's not okay to be gay. You know what I'm saying? So they don't say shit, but they see it in each other. So they know each other's gay. They don't know shit. She has a crush on him. He don't recognize that. He knows it, but he ain't telling nobody. Masumi knows it because it's her best friend. This is complicated. It's a love quadrangle. It's freaking wild. I was fucking invested. I was invested. I loved it. So much gay pain. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm going to tell you. I gave volume 1 4 stars. Okay. I gave volume 2 4 stars. Volume 3 5 stars. 5 stars. Which one's this one? 5? Which one was it? I think I gave... Okay, 5, I gave 3 stars because I didn't understand the mammy stuff that was going on in that. And then this one, 4 stars. 2 stars to volume 7 and 1 star to volume 8. The way this ended, I'm so fucking mad about it. I'm so mad. I'm mad about it. I'm fucking mad. For starters, the way that 7, it just gets into this like social political like campaign against homosexuality, to be honest. Like there's so many characters in this book that are having these really deep, long, drawn out conversations about like if homosexuality is okay, and then characters being like, well, isn't it okay for me not to be okay with it? Like, why don't you have sympathy for me that like thinks that homosexuality is disgusting? Like, I have every right to think that. And I'm like, why are we putting this out into the world? We had 6 volumes before this making these gay relationships seem so sweet and sincere, and then this is going on, and then I swear to God, the way this ended is a homophobic fucking hate crime. This is a homophobic fucking hate crime. Listen, I don't want to spoil it. But there is a character in this that deserved so much fucking better. The way that they ended this character storyline, disgusting. The haircut? Sorry, the air conditioner was like, yes, ma'am. There's 2 characters in this that in the end, in the epilogue, the haircuts they got, tragic, horrifying. Oh my God, used to be cute and now, disgusting. Okay, another character, you don't even get to see their face. You literally never see them in the epilogue. Why? I don't understand. And then I swear to God, this is what I'll say, not spoiling it, but this is what I'll say. All the characters that had chemistry, that had a mutual chemistry, that mutually I could see them getting together or I wanted them to get together and it made fucking sense, none of those characters got together. It was the 2 characters that it was an unrequited love story. The 2 characters that it was completely one fucking sided. The love for them, they end up together? I'm so upset. When I tell you that I was living, I was laughing, I was fucking loving. And then the last 2 volumes, I'm unhauling all of them because I can't go back and read any of these and not know the pain that's in store and not know that nothing is going to go the way I want. I'm upset. I was bamboozled. I was taken aback. I am fucking bitter. I'm so bitter. I want to spoil it. If you've read this book, If you've read the ending and you liked it, why? Anyway, let's just roll to the outro because I am feeling too many feelings. Okay, that is going to wrap up my manga madness. I am so happy that you guys are actually wanting to see this. If you are wanting to see more manga content, one, let me know down below. But two, if there's any manga that you're like, Katie, this is your vibe, you need to get on this, please let me know. Or if there's any that I started that you're like, that's not for you, or yes, buy it all, let me know down below. If you've gotten this far into the video, you could leave the flag emoji, whatever flag you want. All right, what am I pointing at? Hello, blue flag, where are you? There, you could leave a flag emoji because that was just so cute. Just leave whatever flag, actually wherever flag you're from. That'd be fun. Or your gender flag or your sexual flag, whatever you want. That'll be great. And if you want to follow me, I almost forgot to do my outro. If you want to follow me on Patreon, you could do that down below, as well as a link to Goodreads and Instagram. If you want to stay here and see more manga content, more book content, the subscribe button is always down and around and all about. You could click it if you felt so freaking inclined. And all that to say, I hope you're having an amazing day, evening, night, dusk, dawn, whatever it is you're having in whatever part of the world you're having it in. And I will see you in a video coming very soon. Bye.